Rogan is now taking dialogue from a fictional TV show and believing it as fact. What up, everybody? This is a warning to Joe Rogan stans. You are probably going to be offended by this video. Why are you watching this video if you're going to cry about it? Truly, Joe Rogan stans have been the biggest babies. I cover reality television, which has a lot of stans, and they don't cry nearly that hard. I did an Ariana Grande deep dive about her being a homewrecker a couple of weeks ago, and I expected Ariana Grande stans were going to be extreme, but nope, they had nothing on you Joe Rogan stans who whine so hard like you all truly think he's gonna hump you like he humps his stools, and it's not gonna happen. I guess this is really the state of men and wannabe alphas to go to war in YouTube comments over someone who doesn't even know them or care about them. Like, I don't care if you attack me, go ahead. In fact, I kind of like it because I'm a Libra moon. But going to war in the comments with other commenters over Joe Rogan is crazy to me. All the whining is so weak and pathetic. Like, dudes, he's not going to let you suck his dick like he lets his fellow comedians in his bubble do. All right? Anyway, for today's example of Joe Rogan believing anything and presenting it as facts, Rogan is now taking dialogue from a fictional TV show and believing it as fact and presenting it as fact.
A great scene in Landman where you're explaining, which I loved. You're explaining windmills and what green energy and how much fucking horseshit this all is for you to feel good about yourself. I fucking love that scene.
Billy Bob Thornton appeared on Rogan's podcast over the past week, who is starring on the Landman TV show. And Rogan presented dialogue from his character in that show about wind turbines as fact. Now, anyone with critical thinking would think about how a show about the oil industry would have a character be so pro-oil he has to spew fiction about other sources of energy. Rogan may not quite be a boomer. He is technically Gen X, although he's close enough, but he certainly acts like a boomer. Seeing memes online of this quote from a fictional TV show and taking it as fact. Yes, this became a meme, which of course went around social media to any sycophants believing propaganda from a fictional TV show. You know, Joe Rogan gets so offended being called Mr. Scientist, and he gets offended for a reason. It's because at his core, he doesn't understand science at all. He'll read a headline and he'll read memes, but he won't actually be able to process actual scientific studies. It takes only 1.8 to 22.5 months for wind turbines to offset its carbon footprint, with the average being 5.3 months. So the propaganda from the television show about the oil industry is that these wind turbines don't even build back their carbon footprint in 20 years, but actual research will show you that most do that in less than a half a year. And frankly, I'm not defending one industry over another here, but defending facts from real life versus a goddamn fictional TV show. And frankly, it's to show another example of Joe Rogan talking out of his ass to present fiction as fact. And then it's no wonder how he falls for false news and false headlines so often when you hear him taking a fictional TV show quote as fact.
And then that person goes wacky like Tim Walz.
That's right.
Did you see where he had a fuck Trump shirt on?
Yeah. Is that really him?
No, it's not real. It's real. No, it's not. Yes, it is. AI generated. No, it's real. I would love it. It's real.
It says it's AI generated.
I fell for it too.
But honestly, perhaps Rogan does this to shill for oil billionaires like he shills for other billionaires. That's another possible scenario here. I mean, his love for AI music is also out of control and also makes me question if he's just shilling for tech billionaires when it comes to AI. He's been bringing up this 50 Cent AI song. He's been bringing this up for months now to all of his guests.
They took 50 Cent's Many Men and made it like a soulful song. Dude, you want to listen to it?
Yeah.
It's so fucking good. The music's disturbing because it's my favorite music now. Have you ever heard any of the AI covers of 50 Cent songs in soul?
No.
I'm going to blow your mind.
Okay.
He makes it seem like AI music is currently his favorite music. Like I just said, this is another point of his where I can't tell if this is Joe Rogan shilling for big tech AI billionaires or if he actually does love it that much. If going by some of his reactions to the song, though, it makes me think he really does love it that much, because he will jam out to that same song. It's become this AI remake of a song seems to have become his favorite song of all time. Luckily, another guest on his show this past weekend, biologist Brett Weinstein, wasn't having the AI music praise from Joe.
I don't want to do this because I do this with everybody, but have you ever heard the 50 Cent version of...
Yes, I have.
That's fucking good.
It depends what you mean by good. What we are suffering from is the junkification of everything.
Brett called it junk food, and while I can see how AI music cover songs can be cool to hear because they're taking a song and putting it in a different genre, at the end of the day, as cool as it might be, they're never better than the originals. And it's just not creative. So I'm not surprised that Rogan, whose last comedy special bombed, and who is bringing up the same subjects over and over on his podcast these days, can jam out to the lack of creativity that AI music is bringing. Cover songs are not this big discovery. They've been going on for decades. But since it's AI music, apparently Joe thinks it's the best thing ever. Now, last week I covered how Ronda Rousey was talking a little shit about Rogan on Bert Kreischer's podcast.
I was just talking to Joe on the walk over. How long for me to train to beat Ronda? That'll never happen.
He wouldn't know. He's not an expert. He's a fan with an audience.
And Kreischer got awkward after that and wanted to swerve away from that conversation. While, of course, Rogan's human centipede had to get to work to defend Rogan after that incident.
Bert and Joe are close. When you bring somebody on and they throw a jab at your boy, I don't understand how you just let it ride or have fun with it. Oh, what?
Brendan Schaub had to rail against his ex, Ronda Rousey, to defend Joe. And of course, Brendan had to try to throw Bert under the bus as well, because Bert should have defended Daddy Joe. Now, we all could have predicted this from happening, because the human centipede must defend Rogan at all costs, even against someone who is also in the human centipede like Bert is. And then fellow comedian Jeff Dye, and I just heard everyone watching this collectively say, who? But Jeff Dye got on Twitter and was talking about Rhonda's comments and did a tweet saying, retweet if you think Rhonda sucks. The thing about Jeff Dye going on Twitter to defend Rogan from Ronda Rousey is that Jeff Dye's whole gimmick on Twitter seems to be to try and offend people. And yet if you talk a little bit about Joe Rogan, it's gonna offend Jeff Dye. It's another example of comedians bending over backwards to defend Joe for brownie points, because how dare anyone make jokes about other comedians, make jokes about Joe, talk shit about Joe. I don't know. I still sit here like I have for weeks now talking about this subject and find it so pathetic that comedians who are all about joking about everyone can't take jokes about themselves. All in all, obviously the Austin Trans Brain comedy human centipede group goes long. It's a long human centipede, but maybe one day people will stop eating the bullshit.